Hey guys, welcome inside the SCSN studios for the State Champs High School Sports Show presented by Lawrence Technological University. I'm Elizabeth Coon here with Sydney Cariel, and we've got some exciting volleyball highlights to get to.
Oh yeah, we sure do, and we'll start off the show with that, and things were heating up on the volleyball court.
Lakeland at Milford. This was a great matchup. Lakeland won 3-2 to remain unbeaten for the season. They actually fell short in the first set, 23-25, came back in the second, 25-12. Milford took the third set, 18-25. Lakeland came back 25-14 in the fourth, and then took it in the final, 15-13. So like we said, a very close and great matchup. We're seeing a theme of upperclassmen leading the way, and we did hear from senior Eve Martin after that hard-fought win.
I mean, Milford's our rival. We beat them 3 years now. We needed our fourth year to be a win. Couldn't go out, you know. I really think, like, after every point, we really came together in the huddle. It wasn't like, you know, you made a mistake or whatever, and you kind of rolled your eyes and walked away. You know, you made a mistake, you came in, everyone was like, it's fine, shake it off. We just need to push, like, 1 point by 1 point. And then scores, you know, 13-13, and we're like, you know, you got to go all in right now.
It keeps us in first. I mean, the conference this year, we have a big target on our back from being undefeated and conference champs last year and winning districts. So we knew coming in this season we were going to have a big target on our back. And every match, every team we played against, even last week when we played against South Lyon, they gave us a run for our money. So which is good, because that's what we need. We like being pushed. My girls are definitely competitors, and they play up to our competition for sure.
And how about a rivalry matchup between two powerhouses, Marion and Mercy? It was senior night for Mercy, but Marion played spoiler to that, coming home with the sweep, 25-20, 25-15, and 25-19. Get this, the Mustangs recorded 14 aces for the match. Senior Ella Schomer had another great game. She tallied 12 kills and 5 aces. With the win, the Mustangs improved to 27-0, and this year's seniors have their eyes set on the number 1 goal.
It's definitely really different, especially with the past few years of having such dominant hitters. But this year, as a senior, we're all really ready to lead and show them what we still have and how talented we still are. I think we still have a really great chance of making it back to Battle Creek.
And our next matchup came Dakota at Anchor Bay, and this was another great one. It started off close. Anchor Bay took the first set 26-24. It was a lot of back and forth action there, but then Dakota found a rhythm after that, and the Cougars swept the final 3 sets, ultimately getting the win in the fourth, 25-19. Well, now it's time for what I think is our favorite part of the show. John Belegian joining me now for our Mr. Football update delivered by Hungry Howie's. John, can you believe we're already in week 6?
Sydney, it's been unbelievable. And you know what? The weather, we've got that high school Friday night weather going on as well, so that's an added bonus.
Yeah, I feel like I was a little wimpy last Friday, 2 jackets, and debated putting gloves on, but I couldn't get to that point yet, because then I felt like I was giving myself up to the weather, and I couldn't do it. But the Mr. Football race is really heating up. I mean, has anybody surprised you in this list right now?
Well, you know what? This is the time of year where guys are really starting to make a name for themselves. I mean, look, everybody on this list, they already have a fantastic name. And the guy that we're going to talk about this week is from Warren De La Salle. How about Brady Drogosh from the Pilots? Huge week in week number 5. Check this out. He throws for 100 yards and a score, rushes for an additional $181 and 3 more scores. A huge win over Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Guy 6'4", 200 pounds. He is quite the athlete. For those of you out there that aren't aware, state champion in football, state champion in basketball at DLS. All he is doing now is adding to an already impressive resume. The guy had a monster year in 2021. He is adding to that now, and this is going to see him take his talents to Cincinnati to be a member of the Bearcats next fall, Sydney. So this guy, huge 2021, he's adding to it in 2022.
Oh yeah, definitely. And De La Salle's 4-1 on the season, and something, you know, you're saying his resume is a very long one, which it is. Great resume. Last year, something to note too, he became De La Salle's school record holder, and it's a long list here, so be ready, gear up for this one. School record holder in career total offense, single season total offense, single game total offense, single season rushing touchdowns, single game rushing touchdowns, and single season completion percentage.
The list just goes on.
I think that you add that all up, and that means he's on this list for a reason. No doubt about that, Sydney.
And this week, they'll be tested once again with the tough Detroit Catholic Central team. And we already know a matchup like this is always good.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the Catholic League. Each and every week, there are multiple games that you put the circle around and say, I want to get out to that one.
Yeah, looking forward to see what Brady can do in this matchup. And remember, you can vote online for who you think should be our Mr. Football winner this year. And you can go on our website. And remember, the player who has the most votes stays on the list. So be sure to get out there and vote for your favorite player for our Mr. Football contest.
As always, we have plenty more sports to cover, so let's kick it out to the soccer field.
I'm Kevin Trzynski, and we kick it on the pitch for a Macomb area White Division matchup in boys soccer. The Falcons of Utica Fort play host to the Bulldogs of Romeo. The Bulldogs are just one tick ahead over the Falcons. Big points on the line. Winner of this game will take the division lead. Ford looking to strike first. Spencer Krause making his way inside the box, lost it, gets it back, and he puts it in the back of the net, but wait, ref signals the flag, and this one called offsides. A chance for Romeo on the free kick. Ella Capuzzo's shot just gets the fingertips of Falcons keeper Jason Manhart, and the game remains scoreless after another close call. With the seconds ticking down in the first, Ford executes off the throw-in, and check out this lofty long shot by Drew Graves. The junior gets it to go top shelf far side. Falcons lead at 1-0 at the half. Romeo came out of the break on a mission to tie this baby up. Here's Ryan Capuzzo again, barking in the box. The shot right to the keeper's hands. Jason Manhart keeping Romeo off the board. One last chance for the Bulldogs off the free kick. Capuzzo sends this one 2 inches outside the post. And that would be it for this tough matchup. Utica Fort comes out on top over Romeo. Your final score, 1-0.
I'm Chris Gorski, back on the west side of the state, taking you to Riverside Park for an OK Green Jamboree. Boys running first in this one. At the 1 mile mark, Holland's Noah Lambers with a slight lead over Mona Shore's Caleb Branch. Lambers would go on to set a PR in this race, but the race would go to Branch as the Sailor Senior would take first place with a time of 16 minutes, 4.16 seconds. Caleb Smith took 5th place and was the first member of the Zeeland West team to cross the line. Nathan Golding, another Duck, was right behind him, finishing 6th. And a flock of Ducks would take 7, 8, and 10 as Zeeland West wins the boys' team race.
Contender, 1, 2, 3, chase!
Next, we head to the girls' race. Allison Kuzma finished 8th in the Division II state final a year ago, and at the 1 mile mark, she's built a sizable lead. The Zeeland East junior would cut over 39 seconds off her state finals time to set a personal best as Kuzma takes first place in the girls' team race. The Chicks would post 4 of the top 10 finishers as they win the girls' event.
We're going to take a quick timeout and check out this week's MHSAA Minute.
It's an exciting time for boys soccer as the tournament bracket, complete with matchups and seeds, will be announced on Sunday. District assignments are already known, and you can find the teams in your district by going to MHSAA.com. Using the power rating, or MPR, will determine who the number 1 and number 2 seeds are in each district. Place them on opposite sides of the bracket and then fill in the rest of the district from there. Prior to Sunday, you can monitor your team's MPR by going to the soccer homepage at MHSAA.com. District play starts October 12th, culminating in the MHSA Championships on November 5th at both Comstock Park High School and Novi High School. Okemos, Grand Rapids Christian, Grand Rapids South Christian, and Wyoming Potter's House are your defending champions. And as always, visit MHSA.com for all of your soccer schedules and results.
Time now for an inside look at Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers a wide variety of opportunities for students interested in studying abroad for a full semester, or even if you're looking to participate in other international experiences that range from 1 week or an entire summer. LTU really has it all. Going overseas is a great way to develop as a leader with a global view. If you're interested in studying abroad and want to learn more about joining this program, check out ltu.edu now.
Well, this episode, we bring you a special story from the Downriver communities. Every year, they hold a day called Victory Day, and this one was extra special. For the past 12 years, Victory Day has been a staple in the Downriver community.
Oh, yeah! Boom!
This is one of the greatest days of the year, and I love being a part of it, and I know our kids do too.
This weekend, 14 schools came together to provide over 60 special needs children a unique game day experience.
Back in my days when I coached at Trenton High School, this was an opportunity to give back to our community and teach these young athletes service over self.
These kids don't get to play football every day, so this is their Super Bowl, their time to shine, and I know it fills the hearts of their parents as well.
He's across the 10. Touchdown!
With over 80 football players, 35 cheerleaders, and 50 marching band members, plus all the participants and their families, each child had their moment to shine in a number of game day activities. And the best part was all the smiles and pure joy.
I love it. I think I like all of the participants and all the coaches and everything. I love everything about Victory Day. It's so much fun.
Let's go!
It motivates me to continue to spread this message across the country when I see this and see the happy tears from parents that they can give their child to us for 2 hours and they can sit in the stands and watch their child have their Super Bowl moment.
Victory Day means even more to Erin Seghetti. Erin is a 3-time cancer survivor and the recipient of a liver transplant. He created this event in 2010 with the inspiration to give back to the community that did so much for him.
Good job. Proud of you. Participant, knuckle up. Kaylee and Thomas.
I had an opportunity, a second chance in life, and the community rallied around me and my family, and it was my opportunity now to give back, and that's where it stemmed from. And my trials as a young coach, a young teacher, and implementing this have taught me so many different lessons. And I think this is just a great day for the players and the participants both to learn something and not take things for granted and put others first, and that's what happened today.
On Friday nights, these 14 schools go head-to-head on the gridiron, but every year on Victory Day, they step on the field all on the same team.
We get to do something so uncommon, I call it, because you don't want to be common. Do something different and leaving that legacy. And I think these kids out here did that for these children.
Yeah. Victory Day special. Touchdown on 3. Hey, let's go. Touchdown on 3. 1, 2, 3. Touchdown! Set. Go! Go! Yeah!
We're going to take a quick break and check in with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine and check out this week's Game Changers.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. And today on Game Changers, we're going to talk about balance, how to train it to improve your sports performance. Balance is divided into 2 different types, static balance and dynamic balance. Static balance is the ability to maintain your center of mass, which is right about where your belly button is, within your base of support, your feet. Dynamic balance is How far can I take my center of mass outside of my center of gravity or my feet and still have postural control? Some examples of this in sport are a baseball player in the outfield diving and catching the ball, or a tennis player lunging to make a forehand shot. I'm here with Raylan from Notre Dame Prep High School cheer team to help demonstrate 3 static balance exercises. Start out by standing on one foot. Move the opposite foot forward and backward. Start slow and then go faster. Next, go side to side. Finally, go in circles. Perfect. We can make this harder by having her do those same drills with her eyes closed. Stand and balance, forward back, side to side, and then circles. Fantastic. Then you can progress it by going on an unstable surface, something like a piece of foam. Stand and balance, perform forward backward, side to side, and then circles. I'm here with Owen from Notre Dame Prep High School who plays soccer, and he's going to demonstrate 3 dynamic balance exercises that you can incorporate into your training. Begin with bounding. Start on your right foot, go to your left foot, right foot, left foot. The second exercise is going to incorporate a diagonal movement with that bound. Go off to the side as far and high as you can. The third exercise is the ice skater side to side. These dynamic balance exercises can be progressed by performing them backwards. Start with the bounding. Second, do diagonal backward. They can also be progressed by closing your eyes. Try this with the ice skater. Side to side with your eyes closed. For more sports performance tips, or to make an appointment with a DMC physical therapist or sports medicine physician, visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Hard to believe we are less than 2 months away from the Swim State Finals, so let's dive on out to the west side of the state for those highlights.
I'm Chris Gorski, back on the west side. We head to Holland, West Ottawa, where the Panthers hosted Rockford in an OK Red duel. Starting things off with the 200 medley relay, in the near lane, Rockford's Faith Bardwell making a late charge, but Bailey Davis was able to hold her off as the Panthers take the relay. 50-yard freestyle, always exciting, and this one is no different. Kalina Pike with a ram on either side of her, but she edges out both of them to get the win. Pike would also win the 100-yard freestyle. Next, we head to the diving portion of the event. Final dive of the day for Lucy Vierwiz. She posts a big score with this dive and needed it as she takes home first place for the Rams by just over 2 points. Picking things up in the 100-yard fly, Campbell Quijano, the sophomore from Rockford, setting the pace in this one as she brings home the win for the Rams. Over to the 500-yard freestyle. Competitive race between Bailey Davis and Allie Stiles. Davis opened up a lead heading into the final 25. Stiles trying to chase her down, but Davis comes away with another first place finish for the Panthers, as Holland West Ottawa wins this one 173-142.
Calvin!
We head to Calvin Christian, where the Squires hosted Unity Christian in a non-conference showdown. First half scoreless. Sater's shot deflected. Jackson Zeitema gets ahead on it. That sets up Scott Vredevogt, who puts it away. 1-0 Unity Christian, and they would carry that lead to the second half. Colin Neuenhuis making moves through the Squire defense. The junior takes a shot from just outside the box. He finds the back of the net. Sater's up by 2. Later in the half, Sater's playing the ball across the box. Eli Groggle gets a touch on it, and Rylan Tinklenberg gets the finish as Unity Christian pushes the lead to 3. Squires would try to battle back in this one. Sam Benton plays the ball upfield to Caleb Ritzma, who gets his first of 2 goals on the game, and Kelvin Christian would go on to close the gap to just a goal. But Unity would pull back away. Neuenhuis gets control of the ball. He scores his 3rd goal of the game. The hat trick puts the Satyrs back up 2. Free kick for Unity. Dylan Shaban takes a shot. The rebound bounces in front of the keeper, but Devin Bill is there for the putback goal as Unity Christian goes on to win this one 6-3.
Well, as we know, a lot of games are decided in the trenches. So now it's time for our favorite part of the show, the Anvil Award update. I am joined now by Tim Beckler. I mean, things are heating up. We're already in week 6.
They are. We're getting into the meat of the season.
Yep, and with that, there's some changes to our list, so we're gonna go through those real quick. West Bloomfield's Amir Herring is going back on the list, replacing his teammate, Kari Jackson. So it goes to show right there how good West Bloomfield's big men are. And then we got Luke Fletcher, the defensive end from Port Huron Northern. Unfortunately, he's gonna be out for a while. He broke his arm, so he's gonna be moving off the list. We're well wishes to him, hoping he recovers in a quickly. We hope he recovers quickly and gets back on the field. But moving on to the list now, that'll bring up Braden Corser from Detroit Catholic Central. And Tim, that's actually who we're going to be talking about today. So what do you see in Braden?
Yeah, he's 6'1", 215 pounds. I think he started as a sophomore, so he's got a lot of game experience, big game experience. And it shows. When I watch the film, he's very confident. He makes quick decisions. The thing that really pops for me is his burst to the ball. He's got great feet. He makes plays all over the field. And when that's important is, you know, when you get a team 3rd and 8, there's a lot of great running quarterbacks, and your pass rush flushes them, and you've got linebackers spread out over the field, and that quarterback runs, you can get a lot of first downs that way, and it kind of gains momentum for the other team. But this kid, he can run down that quarterback. He's just as good as the quarterbacks he's playing against. So he's a great tackler, really good football player.
And speaking of that, the first 3 weeks this season, Braden has racked up 40 tackles, just bouncing off what you just said, 3 sacks and 1 interception. So right there, just showing how quick he is on his feet.
Yeah, he's a playmaker.
Yeah, and that included a game-ending sack win over DeWitt in week 3. How about that? So that is pretty awesome there. And DCC 4-1, hoping to improve to 5-1 this week. And every week we like to have our question of the week. You know what? It's a battle in those trenches, as we see every single week. And like we mentioned to start off our segment, we're halfway through the season and injuries happen, which is it's never good, but we see that with Luke. So when that happens, someone might need to come in and take over that spot. And with the offensive line, a shift from tackle, guard, or even center, easier said than done. So what are some ways that a guy is put into a good position to succeed when they have to change roles?
Right, well, the backup offensive line, whether you're a senior or junior, they have to have the right mentality, because the most important ability is availability. And they can't be afraid to make mistakes. They've got to treat it like they're a starter when they're preparation, because really they are. I mean, they're a snap away from being in the game and being a starter. So they've got to be ready to play. From a coaching standpoint, preparation is key, and you have to cross-train your athletes. And what I mean by that is your right tackle, he needs to know right guard. He needs to know left tackle. Your right guard needs to know left guard and center. Your center needs to know both guard positions, because in football, you have 5 starting linemen, right? And you don't want to be stuck playing a young man who just happens to be your 2nd string center. You want to play your 6th or your next best lineman in the game. And that might mean moving your right guard to center so the sub can come in and play right guard. So that's a coaching preparation thing. And then the coaches have to think out of the box as well. I remember I had a year, we had big time injuries on our defensive line. We move our left halfback, 185 pounds, to D tackle. He learned it, and he was our best tackle. He was amazing. In 2017, we're playing a regional championship game. Rash of injuries. He's our starting Mike linebacker, starting tight end. That week he had to practice left guard and right tackle just in case we needed him. And you know what? Your best players can learn new positions in a hurry, and you'll be surprised at how really good they are when they do it.
Yeah, and that just shows the versatility of these young athletes out there, that they're able to switch positions like that. Because like I said, easier said than done, that's for sure, and you know it firsthand. But we also, for the viewers who are watching, we have the award right here, the AMVO award. Coach, I want to see if you can pick it up with one hand. It's pretty.
That's big.
See, that's heavy.
That's big. You can hear it.
Yeah, you can hear it. This is just with my left hand, but you know, I can't really do it. And my heart rate is up. I can tell on my Fitbit here. But we will keep you up to date on our AMVO Award updates right here on our show. And remember, be sure you can vote for who you think should win this award on our website, statechampsnetwork.com. And the player who has the most votes will always stay on that list. So it's so important that you guys get on there and go get your vote in. Well, Liz, the AMVO Award is so awesome because that means we get to highlight athletes that don't always show up on the stat sheet. And let me just tell you, that trophy that was sitting here, so heavy. I wasn't kidding. I couldn't pick it up with one hand. It's a two-hander, but whoever wins that at the end of the year, they're going to love holding that over their head.
That's right. That's awesome. And if you guys want more content like this, make sure you tune in next week for the State Champs High School Sports Show. We'll see you guys next week.
State Champs High School Sports Show is powered by Lawrence Technological University. Visit l2athletics.com and recruit yourself. State Champs is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud sponsor of the MHSAA. And the Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.